Well, welcome back to the channel. This is November's video showing what I saw, where and where I saw it. Filmed in chronological weather. It's an aid memoir for future years, hopefully. November, I think, will be remembered for diabolical weather. Floods just about everywhere. Didn't really affect me. I got out and about a fair bit. Started off at Leighton Moss, marsh harriers, great whites. A few days later, I also had a great day out on Coniston for the Coniston Records Week. If you've never been, it's held 1 week every year, and it's really good if you're into power boats, particularly. 130 plus miles per hour by very, very brave competitors. Did a really good, well, I think a nice video of that, which I'll link to below. Well worth a watch if you haven't seen it. Certainly the competitors seem to like it. Anyway, here's the old great white at Leighton Moss fishing. Only catching tibblers today though. Much more interesting when you catch big fish. Right, now we're on Walney Island, the south of Walney, as you can tell by this picture. Didn't see much on the loop we walked that day, but saw a nice curlew. Nice video of it flying and fishing quite close, well, feeding quite close to us. Just getting back to the car, and up on the post there was a hooded crow, so that was quite a good spot. I think I've only ever seen about 2 of these before. Then I had a drive round to the Roa Island, and on the causeway there, at first sight there wasn't anything there, but when you zoomed in there was turnstones and knot absolutely everywhere. They were just really sheltering from the wind, I think, because it was windy. They weren't doing much else, I don't think. You can get quite close to them as well. Don't seem bothered by humans at all. That's a turnstone, and that's a knot. Then drove further round the coast road to a usual spot that we pull up, and there was just hundreds and hundreds of oyster catchers. Again, just taking shelter more than anything. Then we went round to the another usual haunts where the kestrel was on the phone wires. It's on there for a good 20 minutes. Had no intention of moving, unfortunately. A quick trip round to the River Kent where I saw beautiful jay, but nothing much else. I did quite a lot of dog walking this month, so I've been up and down the canal 7 days on the run. So the cormorants were back in the usual perch. Did the usual loop round Rusland Valley, and there was flocks of fieldfare and redwing, which were nice to see. Don't stay in one place long. They can usually land on a tree full of berries, strip it and clear off. But further on we saw a really nice red kite. Generally in that area we see a red kite, but it's normally a really tatty one. This was in really good condition. It did take off, and let's have a better look at it, albeit from a great distance. On the same walk we then saw A ram doing what rams do best. At first sight I thought that's a poor size ram. It's hardly any bigger than the ewes, but when it does its job you realise it's got some girth on it. But it's still only small as rams go. Looks like the females were all ready for a bit of action. One on the right there wagging its tail a lot, which we think was probably spreading its scent around perhaps. Swans on the canal showing a bit of aggression, I think. Not these two particular ones, but did see quite a bit of aggression. Always nice to see a grey wag round Ulverston area. Such a bonny bird. When I was watching that I was half hoping to see the water rail, which I've seen quite a few times recently, but no sign of it. And then I thought, oh, it's coming. But instead of the water rail, it was a little grebe that I saw really close up for a few days on the run. Certainly the right type of little grebe, the tiny little birds. Certainly busy fishing. Again, dog walking, so I've got the mobile phone out and got the swans flying down. It's great when you hear those wings beating. And then the next day the water rail was about, so that was a result. Came out reasonably into the open for me. The funny thing is, while the water rail was in there fishing, the kingfisher just sat up in the tree and watched. On this particular day, the little grebe was there again fishing, and a second one came along. So I'm guessing the first one was probably a juvenile because the second one was quite a bit larger. Successful dive. Again, dog walking. Several very early morning walks, but on this particular walk at the end of the canal there, beautiful sunrise. And it's so frosty, there's pink-foot geese everywhere. A trip round to Hodbarrow. Didn't see an awful lot there, to be honest. Only the magpies with the rabbit. And up on Gummer's Howe for an inversion of a Windermere. That was quite spectacular to watch. But I was hoping we were going to get some fast jets coming through, but probably they don't do the low flying when the inversion's there. I thought they may have flown just over the top of it, but they didn't do, not while I was there anyway. Train coming over the viaduct. Another trip round to Leighton Moss. Very early morning, nobody around. I was the only one there, I think. Sniper about. I did see some people later on who'd been there for over an hour and a half, hoping to see the bearded tits, but they hadn't made an appearance, so I didn't bother waiting for those. I just had a walk around the hides. Nothing great to see. Well, here's the Sky Tower. I suppose while we're here we should have a look up the top. This is where Alan twinning up my lens cap in the water on purpose. Typical Canon shooter. To be fair, he did go and buy me another one, and then he actually found where he lost it. But not particularly good on the knees. But nice morning to have this place to yourself. Let's get to the top. There we go. Usually a good spot to see the marsh harriers from up here, but not yet. So on the way down to Grisdale Hide, I'll just stop at the grit trays here, see if there's any bearded tits, but I think it's a bit early for those yet. But we'll see. Pretty sure there's nobody else here apart from me. Yeah, there's the grit trays. Bearded tits will be coming out of the reeds to get the grit to help with the digestion, but usually a little bit later than this. This is the Grisdale Hide and there's nobody in it. The windows are steamed up. I'll have a look to see what's out. This is right opposite where they put the Osprey platform up, which hasn't been used yet, I don't believe. First person in Tim Jackson Hide as well. It's a day of firsts. I don't believe it, a hat trick. First in all three hides. This one's Lillian's hide, one of the bigger hides. More comfortable seating. Usually quite good for distant views of the bittern, snipe, and then all the usual ducks and what have you. But not today, I don't think. The light's not in our favour. Right, now we're off down the Causeway Hide. Down here's where they hope to see the bearded tits, and they usually do. Fairly obvious why it's called the Causeway Hide. Very long and very straight. mind a hatchery of empty hides. This is the causeway hide, totally empty. I think people must be put off by the poor weather, but it's quite a nice day today. Have a look out through one of the windows. See if the level's higher or lower. Oh, it looks nice out there. Nothing much about. Good old Reliant robin. Followed me around everywhere I went. Always a cormorant on that small island at Leighton Moss. Then back to home. So there's one Ulverston landmark. And there's the other. And another curlew. So hopefully December's video will be better than this one. But short days, and you never know what's going to be seen. Fingers crossed. Hope to see you again next month. Bye.